A key part of an internal quality assurance role is to ensure that the experience or the assessment process meets the required levels and that the whole teaching and assessment team are consistent in their work. So my team of assessors for the Level 3 Certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement interpret the qualification in the same way. First, as an IQA, we need to determine which areas need improvement, and we can only do this by sampling learners' work, sampling assessment decisions, and training practice. Standardisation is about ensuring fairness, reliability between all staff who are involved with learners. So standardisation should take place over multiple sessions and should also be a dedicated event. Simply having an operations meeting to briefly cover a learning outcome just simply isn't going to cut it. It's not recommended that you cover a full qualification in one sitting, but you may want to look at covering the whole qualification over the course of a year. For example, we carry out standardisation meetings for the Level 3 Certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement every month, but over the course of the year, we will cover all of the learning outcomes. As an IQA, it's not me dictating what all the assessors need to do, but to discuss with the assessors their own experiences and work together to come up with ways of interpreting the qualification and to ensure the consistency and quality is upheld. It might even be the case that following a standardisation meeting that you decide to change assessment decisions or to create new training materials. So when I created materials for the Level 3 Certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement, it was done over time, recognising trends where learners were struggling and then discussing with my team how can we improve and then set action plans in place to do so. The IQA process can also include issuing questionnaires or surveys to your learners and to your assessors to obtain feedback. The results of these should always be circulated and any action points are followed up on. If IQA does not take place, there are risks to the accuracy, consistency and fairness of the assessment practice. This could lead to incorrect decisions and ultimately disadvantage your learners. Assessment systems should be monitored and evaluated continuously to identify any actions for improvement, which should then be implemented. Working across many roles in different settings, such as schools, colleges and universities, and for awarding bodies, standardisation activities include meeting with other trainers or assessors to reassess work and discuss decisions. This is extremely helpful for newly qualified or inexperienced staff. So we'll compare how assessment documentation has been completed by assessors and look for ways to find a happy medium. We'll also look at how we can interpret the qualification program requirements, and we can validate this with the awarding body. We'd also look to devise or revise our own assessment documents. So for the Level 3 Certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement, we changed the working in some of the questions to give specific examples. So for example, in some questions, learners were not producing a sufficient number of examples in their answers. So we changed the wording, which has helped our learners produce better answers, which has increased the pass rate for first time.